This episode of the Demonic Compendium contains spoilers for the following games. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to a stalwart new episode of the Demonic Compendium, the show where I discuss the mythology, design, and game history of your favorite Megami Tensei demons. We all have wishes, right? Was your wish for a new Demonic Compendium? Well, put on your fireproof clothing and mind your phrasing, because today we're talking about Efreet. Now, to address this right out the gate, due to anglicization of the Arabic language, there are multiple spellings and pronunciations for Efreet. You've got Ifrit, Efreet, Afarit, and more. For the sake of this video, I will be using Efreet on the basis that it's the most commonly used name throughout localized Megami Tensei titles. But heck, even sometimes in the same game, they don't keep it consistent. On the surface, Efreet are typically boiled down in Western cultures to simply be evil fire genies, but their actual lore and association with the Jinn go quite a bit deeper than that. In Arabic texts, Efreet isn't used as a name for a specific type of being, but as a descriptor, and in the Quran, any mention of them was written out as Efreet of the Jinn, so it makes sense that in Western cultures we simply view them as a form of genie. It's worth remembering that in Arabian and Islamic teachings, Jinn are not only a specific type of being, but a broad category of various spirits and beings that don't adhere to a singular type of creature. To highlight this, one of the Efreet's main appearances in the Quran is when one offers to bring the throne of Bilqis to Solomon, claiming that it is trustworthy and powerful. While many translations of this passage do say an Efreet of the Jinn, some merely refer to the being as a stalwart or crafty Jinn. The association with fire and deceit most likely stems from another Efreet of the Jinn attempting to disrupt the Prophet Muhammad using fire and smoke. However, it is defeated by the Archangel Gabriel. Efreet's Compendium entry from Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster refers to them as a spirit in Arabic mythology that can control fire. It is said that it will do its summoner's bidding, but will burn those it doesn't like to ashes. Design-wise, Efreet shares many similarities with Kaneko's Jinn, to the point where they even have the same model, just slightly altered. While the latter was inspired by a beloved cartoon character, Efreet sadly doesn't take inspiration from that same film. Well, Kaneko's doesn't. I wouldn't be at all surprised to learn that the Demikid's Efreet was based on Jafar. True to the hadith where the Efreet threatened Muhammad with fire, fire is a core part of Kaneko's interpretation here. The horns may be in reference to how Efreet of the Jinn were sometimes associated with demons, or might be in reference to a specific illustration of an Efreet king found in the Book of Wonders. Despite being one of the earliest Kaneko demons from Megami Tensei 2, the fundamentals of this demon have remained pretty consistent throughout the years. As far as game history goes, many of Efreet's roles have understandably been linked to the Jinn, and the two demons have a unique conversation with one another in Shin Megami Tensei 9. In Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, the two have no conversation, but Jinn will evolve into Efreet when leveled up high enough. An Efreet is found in the Labyrinth of Amala's second Kalpa, just chilling out in the room at the very end of the Cursed Hallway. If the Demi-Fiend is able to survive the hallway and speak to him, he rewards them with 250,000 Maka. It's also necessary to speak to this Efreet to get information about the star key needed to complete this optional dungeon. In the mobile title, Shin Megami Tensei Liberation D2, Efreet plays a role in Honey Sweet's character quest. While attending one of Shiori's concerts, a die-hard fan of the moody idol summons an Efreet in the middle of the concert. After defeating it in battle, Honeysweet is happy to have made another demon friend. In the Altar World, fusing Efreet into an armament creates the Fire Spirit Sword, which comes with the passive ability Jinn Blade, reducing damage taken by fire spells. Wielding this sword allows newbie to use basic Agi attacks when in battle. In the MMO title, Shin Megami Tensei Imagine, Efreet is literally a combination of Jinn and Fire, as the only way to fuse one is after acquiring a special plugin and then combining Jinn with Pyrojack at the Cathedral of Shadows. In order to unlock Efreet for fusion, players must complete the quest Insert Smoke, which involves defeating 16 Intruder Efreet in the Nakano Underground Ruins, and delivering 3 Runestone of Secrets to the Master of the Cathedral of Shadows in Shinjuku in order to receive Efreet's plugin. Despite Efreet's main roles in the SMT series, the figure was absent from Shin Megami Tensei 5 and has been left out of many of the newer titles like Persona, Devil Survivor, and the Raido duology. But jury's still out on if they'll be appearing in Soul Hackers 2. And speaking of 2, Efreet also has a small role in Digital Devil Saga 2. At the end of the Power Plant dungeon, when Sarah awakens to her Atma brand, allowing her to transform into Varnani, her first battle is against a pair of Efreet, which she can easily destroy because odds are good you'll have some powerful Bufu spells on her. And so there you have it, Efreet, the powerful, peculiar, pyromancing purveyor of promises. Did I leave out something you thought was important? Was I just plain wrong about something? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know who you'd like to see me talk about in future episodes. That's going to do it for this episode of the Demonic Compendium, and I'll see you next time. But be careful while you rest that a demon doesn't take over your body.